Good morning from Winterthur, 23rd of September 2024. We are on a roll, a journey which is so beautiful, unfolding by the day, unfolding in the moment. What I'm inspired to share with all of you today is how the journey of life is to be lived. What does it mean to be in the moment? How do we keep the mind in abeyance? These are reflections, these are insights, so that we can develop a deeper understanding about how do we go through life without engaging the mind and without getting the consequential effects of living with the mind. All the suffering, the attachments, the pain, the disappointments, the anger, the anxieties, they all come because the mind is engaged. But how do I live? How does everything begin to unfold? It's because my mind is always rested in the supreme intelligence, the supreme, which is none other than the consciousness. And the mind understands that there is a power, there is an intelligence which is way beyond the limited capacities and capabilities of the mind, where the unlimited is available, where the unlimited and the infinite presents itself and is always on to give us what we need, to guide us to where we need to be. And therefore the mind lowers its guard, because the idea of the mind is to keep us safe, is to keep us from getting hurt. And then the mind knows that there is a safekeeper, there is a guardian, which is beyond the limited capacities of this mind. And therefore, it agrees willingly to step back and rest in the safety of the Supreme. And the mind does want to rest. Every night it tries to rest in sleep. Mind is also tired with this so much of work it has done, not only in this lifetime, but in all our earlier lifetimes. The reason why we are here again is because of the mind. It is ceaseless. So the mind does need a well-deserved rest. It longs for it like a tired body, looking for rest through sleep in the night. And when the mind rests, it experiences that all that it was doing is being done in a better way now. And there is actually a certain kind of a joy and a sense of adventure in not knowing what's coming. Because when you don't know what's coming and it arrives, there is a sense of thrill to it. And eventually the mind knows that the Supreme or the consciousness knows everything, but the mind does not know. So the mind knows that there is a power that knows everything. So what if it does not know? So that allows the mind to stop asking why, how, when, and where. And it rests because it knows that all these questions are already answered. And therefore, it then merges with that supreme consciousness and it rests in it. And because it rests in it, it knows in a way that it knows everything. Because where it is resting lies the supreme knowledge, lies that understanding, lies the flow. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. You merge in the universal. The mind merges in the universal and becomes one with the universal. And therefore, sleeps like a carefree child, knowing that when it is need to execute something, it will get into the act. But it doesn't have to carry the load of the future. It doesn't have to carry the load of what's coming next. So in a way, in a very beautiful way, it knows everything without knowing anything, without carrying the baggage and the load, the expectations of what's coming. And therefore, everything has a newness to it. Everything has a sense of adventure to it. Everything has a sense of joy to it. And yet it understands that how at every moment the next step is indicated. And all you do is to keep walking that path. And magically, the path in front of you magically keeps opening. And there is a sense of joy. There is a sense of thrill. Because there is magic that is unfolding in front of you. And you're watching it. And you watch it every time. And you watch it with amazement and wonder, with beauty and grace, how it keeps happening each time. And so that at one time, the realization comes to you, it's no longer magic, it's no longer synchronicity. There is actually a deep sense of knowingness that it happens every time. And when this knowingness comes in, and this knowingness remains with you, you go beyond the stage of knowingness in what is called the state of beingness, where you just be. And you know that in your beingness, everything is already manifesting, because all that has to come is coming because of your presence, of your being in the state of this beingness. Because that is everything. The separation of yours as an individual identity just ceases, because the universal and the limited come together, and everything goes back and becomes whole and complete. And in that completion, everything is revealed. Everything, the nothingness and the everythingness becomes one. The nothingness brings peace, brings stillness, and the everything brings that joy. And that's what we have come to experience. And that is how all the things keep happening in your life. And you go around doing what you must do without having the pressure or feeling of doing anything. And life becomes so light. It becomes so full of light. And because we are so light in ourselves, this light travels with us wherever we go. And this light goes and reaches everyone and everything in your surrounding. And people experience it in their heart as love. The cats and dogs and the parrots and the pigeons and the eagles, they receive it as love. The ravens, all of them respond to you. All of them want to come closer to you. It's not about food. It's about an inner instinct and an inner desire to experience this love. And they will all come. You don't have to go and always hug the trunk of the tree. It's a branch that will lower down to your level and come and kiss you. They also too need it. Everyone is carrying the source of the same divinity, of the same consciousness, of the same love. It's just this feeling deep inside us of knowing that we are that expression of that one consciousness. And then everything ceases, and the mind stops making plans, and the mind surrenders to this Supreme. And then your life is taken over by the Supreme. And that is when the true journey of life begins. Wishing all of you so much of joy and adventure for the life ahead, for what's coming is so beautiful. Be inspired, be in love, and go and spread the light. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.